G'day everybody, WheresWally here. Well, that guy, he actually watched my video. And then he went and had a problem with it. But he went through it piece by piece. I really do wish he would get a tripod and learn how to download videos and edit them. It would make it so much easier. But I guess if all you've got is a phone and you point it at your monitor and you press play and record, well, it sort of gets the job done.
What's up everybody, that guy again. Today we have a good one. We have a banger today. For all the trolls that came running in droves over my last video about gas pressure, they skipped Where's Wally? I have no idea who this is. Himawari. They think this is real evidence. Wait for the edits here. This is a classic globetard tactic of trying to discredit my character, you know, just editing. Tie knotted it, tie knotted it. It gets very childish here, but we'll push on. Let's hear the genius that is Where's Wally?
Knotted up, shall we say. Look, here's a thought experiment. Yes, I know that's a tricky move on my part, but let's give it a go. So, I'm standing on the ground, and I'll draw around myself a 1 metre by 1 metre square. Now, let's project that square right up to the vacuum of space. Okay, so now I've got a big column of air. So, you admitted that that dog pile of air will be generating a 14.7 psi down at my feet. Okay, cool, you're on board so far?
I will agree that that's how we measure atmospheric pressure. The column of air above your head and the weight of that column of air is creating the pressure below. Very simple. Let's hear how this man describes what he believes is happening.
Okay, now what about the square column right beside me? So if I take a step to the left, okay, well that one is also 14.7. Or what about if I go to the step in front of me? Oh, 14.7. See, I can just keep doing this right around the whole planet, can't I? Yes, I can. Well, every square metre of dog-piled air is supported or constrained by the ones beside them. Do you get it now? So you don't actually need a container, because it is all self-contained.
Yeah, you heard that right. This man thinks gas pressure next to the area you're standing is holding the gas pressure by itself. It's self-containing itself.
Oh, I love this bit. You can almost hear him getting it as he's realizing that every square meter has a column of air standing upon it, and each square meter is surrounded by 8 others right across the whole circumference of the planet, both north, south, east and west. They all wrap around and everything just holds itself up. You can almost hear him getting it. You can hear the brain buffering as he's trying to figure out, how am I going to discount this? Because he's so much wants this not to be true. Let's keep listening.
Wally, all you're describing is walking around inside of a contained atmosphere, measuring pressure at different locations. The columns you're describing and imagining do not exist. You're just walking around in a container, measuring pressure in different areas. If you presuppose a spherical Earth, you're still going to need a container, because the column next to you would need to be supported on the other side of it.
Yes, that's right. The one beside it is supporting the one beside that. There is no edge to it because it's a sphere, and this wraps right around the outside of the sphere and comes back on the other side. Do you get that now?
And so on. So when you get to the last column, it's going to need a physical barrier to hold it.
That guy? No, you're wrong. The last column is now butting up against the very first column. Remember, we've gone right around the globe and back where we started from. Okay? You might have to get some crayons and draw it, mate.
Or in your case, if it's a sphere, it's going to need to be contained all the way around the sphere, or else the gas pressure will move up.
Whoa, hold on there, cowboy. How is this gas going to move up? You just said it's in a column. It's in a gradient. It's a dog pile. You can't have the top of the dog pile suddenly flying up.
Because there's nothing in your model, and you didn't mention anything about the top being contained, and you must believe that gas pressure only wants to move sideways or something. This is getting embarrassing, but we'll continue.
Do I need crayons to draw this out for you guys?
Yeah, you need crayons to draw this out for me, please.
Okay, don't have any crayons or a whiteboard at the moment, but here we go. There's a big Earth right there. And so if we put in a dog pile of atmosphere and more atmosphere and more atmosphere, and we go all the way right around, they all support one another. Just like that. So this one here supports that one there, which supports that one beside it there. Do I have to keep colouring it in all the way right around? So each one is supporting the one beside it. I can keep going. There's no edge because it wraps right around, and it'll also wrap around the other way. Too easy, eh? You know, that guy, this is actually so easy that you won't even need to.
Just tie a knot in it. You got me, Wally. You're killing it. And I love the edits of tie a knot in it. I mean, you're killing it.
Okay, that guy, so you are starting to like the tie a knot in it anyway, aren't you? It's so funny, isn't it?
So if I pour water on the ground, just go in the street and pour water on the ground, and I have my buddy pouring water on the ground next to me, his water is going to support my water, and it will start getting deep. No container needed. I'm following your logic here.
Just tie it.
I'm not thinking big enough. You're right. That's an amazing thought experiment.
Well, that guy, in summary, there's one question I've got to ask you to do. Because you clearly believe the Earth isn't a sphere, you clearly believe there's a gradient, and you clearly believe that all of those dog-pile columns of air that we see around us have something containing it. I think it's now time for you to show us your container. What is containing it? You got a photo of it? You got a picture of it? Well, I mean, my model doesn't need it, and I can see it from the ISS. We can look down, we can see it doesn't need no container. All the air is just wrapped right around that lovely big ball we called home.
Let's see if any globe defender even attempts to answer one of these questions. For all the trolls that came running in droves, highly doubtful. The quickest way to shut up a globetard, just ask him a question. Just ask him any question at all. You'll never, ever, ever, ever get an answer. They can't do it. For all the trolls that came running in droves.
Okay, well, enough of that, because I don't think he's going to get it. But I hear that that guy is now also trying to look at the moon, and he's trying to get Sly Spark Kane to have a go at it. Well, look, here you go, that guy. Because I'm a good bloke, I'll give you a quick heads up on how to do it. Just go and get yourself a little styrofoam ball, go out in the yard, stick it in the ground, and then video the ball and video the moon. It's so easy, as long as the direct sunlight is shining on both. You can see it works any time when the sun is up, no matter what the phase of the moon is. It will work. It has to, because the moon is just a little ball sitting up there going around, and it's in the same amount of light as we are. It's too easy. Have fun with it. So that's the 5th of November, 15:31 Australian time. That's plus 10 GST. One ball.